Money does not buy you happiness, and that's exactly what has happened to PSG. PS freaking G. Yes, you've got the world champion in Leo Messi, the best player in the world in Kylian Mbappe, Ramos, Variety, European champion in Donnarumma, blah blah blah. You've got the richest owners in the world after Newcastle, and yet you still fail. You still fail to win the freaking Champions League. Just go to UEFA and give them an excuse and tell them, why are you giving us Real Madrid, Manchester United, Barcelona sometimes, then Bayern in the round of 16. These are the teams you're supposed to face in the latter stages of the knockout stages. But anyway, PSG, ladies and gentlemen, have been eliminated yet again from the Champions League round of 16 at the hands of the German champions Bayern Munich, who were an absolute magnificent throughout this time. They went to Paris, you know, grind out a 1-0 victory, and then came to Paris. In the first half, I would say PSG had the upper hand on Bayern. PSG needed to make those chances count. The players were doubling up on Leo Messi. Mbappe were Mbappe was making great runs, but he was not being found. PSG missed a very good trick in that first half, but credit has to be given to Nagelsmann. If I have not pronounced his name correctly, the Bayern Munich manager. He tweaked, went direct with Bayern in his team, and the moment Bayern Munich started to play, you know, direct football, they caused havoc against PSG. That would cause Variety to make that mistake and give the goal to Bayern. And ultimately, Gnabry scored, and then Choupo-Moting, former PSG player, scored as well. And Bayern Munich have ran out 3-0 winners against PSG and are into the round of 16, into the quarterfinals alongside Chelsea, AC Milan, who knocked out shameless Spurs, to be honest, and Benfica from Portugal. So yeah, just on PSG, I mean, what is this kind of project? I mean, if you talk about the players they've got in Donnarumma, Sergio Ramos, a proven Champions League winner, Leo Messi, Kylian Mbappe, Neymar, who was not there. I think, I mean, what PSG are spending money left, right, and center. They are the ultimate example of the fact that money does not buy you everything. All right, buy you happiness. What happiness? Right? Money, it doesn't even buy happiness, because if we're talking about PSG, their happiness, their ultimate goal is to win the Champions League. Like Manchester City, they are spending and spending and spending. At least City's league is tough, and PSG's league isn't even tough, and they have the players to win this, even if they have their eyes closed. To be honest with you, I mean, it's a poor performance. It's a poor overall performance from PSG. Another failure in the Champions League, and it looks like it's pretty much clear the project of the Champions League is an absolute disgrace, a failure from Paris Saint-Germain. What next for Christopher Gaultier, the PSG manager? What does the owner do? Do they sack him again? Do they sack another manager on the back of a Champions League failure? I would stick with him. I think it's more than the manager. I don't think, and on Leo Messi, I'll come. The fact of the matter is, if I'm PSG, I'm not trying to bash Messi. He doesn't have to prove anything to anyone else now. Why in the hell would you renew Messi's contract? And if I'm Messi, why would I? I mean, it makes sense for Messi because he lives in a great city in Paris along with his family. Uh, you know, it's got all sort of advantages and luxuries. But the thing with PSG is, if I'm PSG, why would I renew the contract? I mean, there are tons of brilliant French players in the league, young players that go here and there. I mean, you just bring the great young players and build a team. You're not gonna win the Champions League just by spending a lot of money in a one transfer window or two transfer window. Get the best players in the world. You're not gonna win it. It's a team competition, for God's sake. It's a team competition. If that was the case, Manchester City would have won it. Newcastle will win it in 2, 3 years. They're not even in it. It's a project. A project is not bringing in Leo Messi, Donnarumma, Verratti, Ramos from Real Madrid, the guys who have won the Champions. That's an absolute disgrace of a project. I never liked it. You know, I don't have grudges against PSG, but the fact of the matter is, I mean, they've got to say they've been unlucky a little bit as well. I mean, they've got Manchester United in the round of 16 once. Then they had Barcelona, They never knocked out Barcelona. They were knocked out by Manchester United. They were knocked out by Real Madrid last season. Then they have been humiliated by Bayern. Coming to Bayern, wow, what an absolute well-oiled machine they are. Bayern Munich have been magnificent so far in the Champions League, and they still got their best player probably in Sadio Mane to come back, and they're probably one of the best favorites now to win the Champions League along with Real Madrid. And we'll see if Manchester City go through as well. So Bayern are through along with AC Milan and Benfica and what was the other team? AC Milan, Chelsea, Benfica, and Bayern. Yeah, these are the four teams that have qualified so far for the quarterfinals. We'll see who else qualifies, but yet again a failure for PSG. And yeah, shout out to Gnabry who was brilliant. Kimmich was magnificent. Bayern into the quarterfinals of the Champions League. And yeah, guys, if you're new to the channel, subscribe. We're on our journey to 1K subscribers. We're on 823 at the moment. PSG are out again. Tell me in the comment section below, should PSG renew the contract for Messi? What should be the next step? And yes, I forgot that point. Screw PSG would be the word in the mind of Kylian Mbappe. That brother needs to leave PSG ASAP. As soon as possible, he has to leave PSG. I don't think PSG is going to win it with him. I don't think he's going to win the Champions League with them. So it's the best decision. He's got to be at Madrid if he wants to go there, at Liverpool, Man United if he fancies it, Newcastle, I'm joking, not Newcastle, but even Bayern. But I don't think even Bayern would want Mbappe. But yeah, he's got to get out of that. You know, he had that brilliant chance of going to Madrid, but he scuffed it and he's now paying the price. He's got to screw PSG, head over to somewhere else where he's more likely to win it. Real Madrid, Liverpool, who else? But yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Tell me in the comment section, what should Mbappe do? What should PSG do now? And who's likely to win the UEFA Champions League? See you guys tomorrow.